Good day, people of the old world, or I mean night rather, considering the time. I'm Athelstan, part of the dev team of the Old Realms, and today we're representing this official installation guide. So this will cover all the steps you need to get the Old Realms up and running in detail. So please watch through the entire video, follow along with all the steps, and if you do, you shouldn't have a problem playing the mod, and you'll have it up and running in no time. Or just a little time, you still need to download things and stuff. You can also go through the installations instructions on Discord. They're very well written by Jax there, or you can follow along to the video, or you can use both, however you need to do it to get the mod running. So, to begin with, we'll do the basic preparations, then we'll go through how we're going to download it, the installation process, and at the end we'll go through some common troubleshooting, some common issues, and things you might run into, so you can stay tuned to then go through those and make sure that nothing happens. So, to begin with, we're going with the most obvious one. You're on ModDB, you found the Old Realms, and you can see the files there. So, of course, you can see the various files. The old one, old one, and these two are the current ones. If you're watching this after we released a new update, you can always see that the newest ones will be on top. And in addition, in the parentheses, you can see it says Bannerlord 1.7.1, which means that we're going to be using version 1.7.1 of Bannerlord. If you're looking at this and there's a future update, and you're looking at the download of that one, the version in the parentheses here is the Bannerlord version you will be needing to use. So to get that version, you need to find your Steam, find Bannerlord, right click it, click Properties, Local Files, Betas, and then in the betas you can select the beta you would like to opt into. And for this case it's 1.7.1, so click it, let it download, let it run, let it go smoothly, everything's perfect. So that's Bannerlord set up to do. However, if you've downloaded one of the previous versions of the mod, there's also a few steps that you need to take. So what you first need to do is navigate to your modules folder here. It's the location might be different depending on where you've downloaded it, but you need to find your Bannerlord folder, your modules folder, and then you need to make sure that you delete all the old versions of the Old Realms, wipe them out. However, you also need to delete the old shader cache, and to do this you need to find your program data folder, and for many it can be difficult to find, so we're going to do it this way. Just press your Windows button, percentage, program data, percentage, and you'll unlock a hidden folder. And in this one, scroll down, find Mount Blade 2 Bannerlord, shaders, and then you need to delete both core shaders and terrain shaders. So delete those, make sure it's empty, and then we're ready to begin. So you're going to need a couple of different things for this one. You need to download both the Old Realms beta and the patch. So you go and press the once, press download now on both of them, get them installed. And in addition to these two, you're also going to need to download Bannerlord Harmony, which you can find on Nexus. All the relevant links will be posted in the video description, on ModDB, on Discord, you'll get them available. So just get the newest version of Harmony, manually download it, and make sure that you have all three downloaded, wait for them to run. It's going to take some time, of course, depending on your internet speed. And I've compiled them here in a neat little folder. They'll most likely just be in your downloads folder. Just make sure that you have all three available. Now, ready to begin the installation process. So if you're using WinRAR to extract and run, which is completely fine, that's the step you need to do. So after you've downloaded the folders, but before you extract them, as in before you put them into the modules folder, you're going to need to unblock them. So you do that by finding the zip files that you downloaded, so Harmony, the mod, the patch, and then you need to right click, Properties, and then unblock, apply, and you're good to go. And then you do the same for the other one. Unblock, apply, OK. And right click, properties, unblock, apply, OK. And then you can just extract them as normally, as per the installation guide, as per the video. So either WinRAR or 7-zip is fine, but for this video we're using 7-zip. So if you don't have 7-zip installed on your computer, you can just quickly 7-zip, Google it, downloads. You're most likely going to need the 64-bit version, because that's very likely the version of Windows you're running on. Download it, just run the exe, and you're good to go. So once that's sorted, we're ready to begin the installation. So find the various stuff, Harmony, right click it, open it with 7-zip, and then we're ready. So you can see here that there's just a modules folder in here. So you're going to press copy, not add, not extract, not test, not move, not delete. You can press the info button, but then just get a bunch of info, which you don't need. You're going to press copy. So press copy, and then we're going to navigate to your Bannerlord folder. So you press the 3 little dots up here, and then you need to find your files and have a browse, have a look. I've got mine, let's see, that's my Bannerlord folder. If you don't know where your Bannerlord folder is, you can go on Steam and you can right click, properties, local files, and click browse, and then you'll see where your Bannerlord folder is located. So we've got Harmony here, and you can see that in your Bannerlord folder there's already a modules folder. So what you need to make sure that you do, which is very important, is that the modules folder isn't going to be installed into the modules folder. You're not going to add the modules folder under the modules folder, because that just means that you get a module called modules, which will break the game. So what you're going to do is just click Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord and make sure that you put it into that folder, the Bannerlord folder, not the modules folder. Press OK. The path is right, it ends with Bannerlord, and you're good to go. Press OK. And that's Harmony done. We're on our way. We're almost done. So the next step is the beta. Again, 7-zip, open the archive, and again we see the modules folder. So you press copy, navigate to your Bannerlord folder. Bada bing, bada boom. Come on. Bannerlord. Again, Bannerlord, not modules. Bannerlord. OK. See that the path ends with Bannerlord. It's correct. Press OK and let it run. And this can take a minute or two because it's quite a large pack. There's a bunch of stuff being unzipped and installed, which makes sense considering the size of this mod. It's impressive, all the work that's gone into it and everything the team has done. I'm amazed really at how much they've achieved. So just wait for it to scroll, wait for it to go. I'll speed up here. Alright, that's the beta done. So now we just need to do the patch. So open it with 7-zip. And here you can see that there's, instead of a modules folder, there's all the actual mod pieces. So you need to select all of them. You can either hold down Ctrl or Shift, copy, and navigate to your, you guessed it, Bannerlord folder. But this time, we're putting it in your modules folder, because then the folders there, the pre-native, core, environment, and armory, will merge with the ones already existing. So make sure that the path ends with modules. You've got all of them selected. Press OK. And now you want to say yes to all, because this is a patch. It fixes files, it replaces files, unless you need to allow them to overwrite and replace the new ones. So you'd click yes to all, let it run, and it's done. The old realms has been installed. So we're almost ready to get playing, almost ready to start. But what we need to do first is to make sure that the load order is right. So once you launch Bannerlord, and we highly recommend that you just use the standard launcher, that you don't download and modded launchers, do some extra fancy stuff, but just stay with the normal launcher. You can see it's on 1.7.1, which is the correct version. See all the mods there? The version 1.7.1 is correct. The harmony is different, is completely fine. So what we need to do now is to move everything correctly. So you're going to firstly have harmony on top, then the Old Realms pre-native module, then native, then sandbox core, custom battle, sandbox, story mode, Old Realms armory, Old Realms environment, and at the end the Old Realms core module. Ignore the red bits, ignore the yellow bits, it's fine, it's how it's supposed to be. So move your folders up and down, make sure that everything is in this load order. That's correct. You can find pictures of it on the Discord if you want to go back and check, or you can pause the video. This is how it's supposed to be. So once it looks like this, it looks like we're ready to get started. So press play. And the first time you launch the mod, it's going to take a while to launch. It's probably going to take a couple of minutes to load for the first time. So you just need to be patient and let it do its thing. There's no need to tab out or cross it or just restart it or whatever, just let it run. It's going to take some time. So you can just go on your phone, do some dishes, do some cleaning, whatever in the meantime. Most likely it's going to take a bit longer than it's doing here. So I'm just going to speed it up for a bit. So as I said, even if it looks frozen, even if you get like a blue circle saying it's unresponsive, just wait. It's working, it's doing its thing, just let it run. It's supposed to be like that. Almost ready to go. And welcome to the Old Realms. So, before you begin playing, a couple things to remember. Try to close as many applications as you can. Have as few programs running at a time, because there's parts of this can be very intensive for a computer. So having a bunch of programs might cause crashes, might cause it to be a bit more unstable. So try to just have the mod open or run as few other programs as you can. And then the most important thing before you start playing, you don't have to do it, but it is highly, highly, highly recommended, is to build the shader cache. Because each time a new scene loads in, it uses new items, new things that you haven't played with before, that haven't been in the game before, that you've played with, is that they need to load in the new shaders for it, and that's going to take time. So quite often, if you don't play the shader cache, for the first few hours you're playing, the loading time is going to be very long. You're going to load in all the shaders, it's going to take ages, don't be slow, it's going to be frustrating. So what you do instead is before you begin playing, click the build shader cache and let it run. This way it loads up all the shaders for you. The loading times when you play are going to be much shorter, much quicker, you're going to load into battles much faster. So click build shader cache and just let it run. It could take an hour, it could take an hour and a half, it might even take 2 hours depending on your system, your speed, your computer specs. Just let it run, let it do its thing. If stuff looks like it's frozen or the game's crashed or something, just let it run. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Just leave it be until it's loaded. It's supposed to be slow, it's supposed to do that. It's just a computer working very hard to compile all the shaders. So once that's done, there's really not much left to do. Join the Discord server, engage with the community, post your screenshots, share experiences, share your feedback. We'd love to hear what you think. Give us a rating on ModDB, tell us how you felt, follow us on Twitter, and most importantly, have a blast playing the mod.